I can change here. I can change this.
You know what I don't miss?
Yeah.
The first year of being married and staying together. I don't
What?
I don't miss that.
How?
Hey, yeah, hey, welcome to the show where stories dance and grow. We got tales from near and far. Go to Ace where you are. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 8, let's begin. Sizokhuluma ngezinto zakho. Yeah. Sikuba impilo zoyikho. Lalela umsindo wabantu bakithi. Go to 8 rides the wave so swiftly. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here.
Wafana no. Yeah, the 5 things. Wafana kuti vanofanira kuita something before varora.
Oh, okay.
What do you think munhu asati aroora anofanira kuita sei? What do you think?
REP.
Haangori munhu. Just chero. Anyway.
All right. Figure out how to make money. That's a given.
That's the big one.
Yeah. Figure out how to make money.
Yeah.
Get to know yourself. Like zone to that.
Yeah.
And I think have as much fun as possible so that when it's time to be responsible and hold down like a marriage and all that, auna kamwe kake ka spirit yekuda kufunga kuti I missed out on A, B, C, D, E, because auchangogona ungofunga kuti I guess it's a Friday regandi daenda ku Vic Falls daungo daita road trip in my face, you know, that kind of thing. Because your decisions now have so many consequences.
Inangwa, I think, yeah, that's what I was actually talking about. Build finance, develop. The other thing is to develop emotional maturity. Like,
exactly,
you have to learn yourself and then learn how to communicate effectively. So those are the other things that I was talking about. And well, I'll just tell you, business, build financial stability, develop emotional maturity, define personal goals and purpose, and master independence and responsibility. Choose a partner wisely. Do yekupedzisira yakakosha. But independence and responsibility is kind of it ties in with maturity, emotional maturity, because unofanira kudzidza kuva independent as well as unofanira kunge uri able to know kuti ndokwanisa kutora my responsibility or something like that. You'll be able to stand on yourself. Usina vanhu vakawanda vari kungoda kuti azodai rega chigara mambikira sadza and that kind of thing. You should be able to know kuti hakuna ari kukubikira sadza. Yeah. That kind of.
Yeah. And also I think a deep one for guys is you need to get to a point where you know sex is not a commodity.
Yeah, that's a really big one, because it's
Yeah, because
That's like we'll be hunting that. Ndakazochiwana. Yeah, it's
yeah, which sometimes it can be weaponized.
yeah. No, not sometimes. It will be weaponized.
Yeah, exactly.
But you should be able to put it in a corner and say, I don't really care if it's
on the
weaponized.
table or not, because then you can make clear decisions that are good for the long term, instead of.
That's true. Yeah, you've brought up a really big point, because I think when you're growing up and if you're not married, it means you don't have someone every day in your bed. So it feels like when you get married, they don't tell you that it's not gonna be an everyday team thing, or it's not gonna be something that you can get every time you want. And so because the other partner, the other person is also a part of this. It's not like you and then you'll be like, I have a woman, so let's do it. It doesn't work like that.
She's there.
It doesn't work like that. But I feel like we don't get told these things. We don't get told. My guy, when you get there, it will feel like you have less than what you used to. But
I don't know. Maybe it's an African thing. But generally, people don't talk about sex, and most of the stuff you learn from your peers who are either doing the wrong thing or lying about doing the wrong thing.
But I don't think it's that we don't talk about sex. It's we don't talk about the important things about sex. Okay. Because talking about sex is there a lot. Because they'll be lying, or most of them they'll be lying, or they'll be telling you stories about things that you are not supposed to be doing anyway.
Yeah. So, the wrong thing.
The wrong thing.
Yeah.
So
but the solid advice is really rare.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I do like about that is, by that I mean the whole marriage dynamic. Like there's this overhead you usually have as a mature guy and who's single. Yongoti, where am I gonna get the next one? When am I gonna get the next one? Right? And if you look even at your spending patterns, and they all revolve around getting the next one, because
I mean, Taku, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The whole reason why men go to work or do whatever they are doing, besides when we are doing stupid things like jumping off a roof to see if I can land well, those are kid stuff we're not thinking about. But the whole reason why men go to work and make a lot of money, make millions and all that, it's all because it's all hinged upon
getting
when
laid.
am I gonna have sex? How?
It's about getting laid.
When can I get access to this unlimited? To have it unlimited, to have unlimited access to this. That's what happens. If we really want to look for it and ask ourselves why you are doing it, that's the reason.
Yeah, okay. It's a big part of it, but not not the whole thing. I mean, there's
No,
things
no.
like
For you and me, because I feel like we've grown in our minds a little bit. So
okay.
if
got
you are
more
not
mature.
if you are not focusing on anything, if you haven't been reading anything, if you are
No, yeah,
That-
it's the primary motivator. That one I can't dispute, because if you really think about it, you've driven to places.
to places for
Just-
no
yeah.
like, I mean, from
Yeah.
it's odd hours. I did get
Hundreds of
just to
Ks
get
just to go
and
to
then
that person.
It
and
was
then-
something else you wanted to go and get. You'd be like, I'll do it tomorrow.
a business
But-
meeting. You'd be like, can't we text?
Let's do it tomorrow. So
Yeah.
it's a very big motivator. Yes, as you were saying.
Yeah,
So,
it's a big motivator.
So this is what happens when you start to focus on learning stuff and developing yourself, self development, and start reading my self-help books, and then you get to a point some things don't matter to you anymore, and then you get to a point some friends will be like, I feel like we are circling in the same pool. I don't want to be in this pool. When you get to an age, because of what you know. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. You're going to church and it. It's not for me, for myself, and what I've tried to learn and what I've seen. The only thing that is necessary to go to church is for you to socialize with people. That is the big thing. All the other stuff that is said, church, you don't really need to go to church to do it, because you can do it when you are in your house. You can do it on your own. So
Okay.
when you get there, Pandiri Baba, you stop kakutaura kane munhu ari kuenda kuchurch every day in the old way is different from you, and if you start speaking yoga, you become kind of like, what is this guy doing? I think he's you know, so bracket is wrong. So you get
Okay.
in limbo, because the people you used to talk to, they don't understand you anymore, but the people who understand you don't know you. So you are in the middle, and you don't have anyone to be talking to. So you are kind of like alone. But
Then you get to start
not
random
be lonely,
YouTube
but you're
channel.
alone. Yeah. So there's a tendency of just let me just go back to the guys, or something like that. But that's where you don't want to do. That's what you don't want to do. You want to keep going and be comfortable being alone. I know we're
Okay.
talking about sex, but
And
when
now
you are
it's-
there,
and now it's church.
that's where you'll be able to say, it's not really a big thing. I'll get
Yeah.
it when I get it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah. Something
But
like that.
however, for you to get to that point, I feel like you actually just need stability. Like having a stable partner allows you to get to that level. But
yeah, definitely stable partner is one big thing,
is a
because
given. Cause
my partner you should choose wisely, because I mean, if you have a terrible partner, you're not going to get there, because she's going to be asking you to do some stuff and you are not in the as makes sense. As makes sense.
it's not aligned with your purpose or the season of your life you're in.
Oh, this is why young men should be able, before they get married, they should be able to know what they really want to do, or which partner they want. Just write it down and see, this is the partner I want, and then you find someone closer to that. It's not always perfect, like perfect match or something like that. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because there's an allowance to change some things, but don't count on changing anything. Get them as they are and say, this is what I really want. It's okay as it is. Because if you hinge everything and say, I can change here, I can change.
You know what I don't miss?
Yeah.
The first year of being married and staying together. I don't miss that.
How? How do you not miss that?
Okay. My experience was the adjustment period was just like a bit painful, because you go from seeing this person every other day for like 3 hours, and it's almost always left on a high, and then when they move in, it's now a thing. You realize, okay, I need to take her to work. I need to be the one making sure she's on time.
You get a ton of responsibilities, and you get a ton of laws that go. You get a ton of everything.
Yeah. So now it's not just you have a fight. She gets to go to her house, and then you get to go to your house, and then if you want, you cannot text and just come back at it in the morning like there's nothing happened. Now it's you need to drive the person you're mad at to work and pick her up, and she needs to cook for you, whether she's into it or not, right?
Yeah.
So that adjustment, and then because you're new at this, there are things you expected that are not the reality, and vice versa. Yeah. So it's a clash of expectations, responsibility, and learning to be emotionally mature. Because I remember when we used to have fights in the beginning as a married couple, it would take us more time to resolve. But now it's like you don't even let it get to the extremely bad, because now you know your person. You're like, okay, if she's making this face, then it means it's the wrong time for me to be trying to talk sense, or vice versa. And now it's like, okay, I'll look for another time to address this issue. And things are now smooth.
I get what you're saying. But all right. Oh. In that frame, definitely, nobody. I don't miss that. I actually discovered something new though, because when I was when we were there, I was always out going to work and then coming back, going to work and then coming, spending 2 months, 3 months away, and then coming back.
Yeah.
So this time, like 2 years before I came here, I was not going anywhere, and it was kind of like we are now starting to stay together, and I wasn't consciously thinking about it, but now that in retrospect, now I see it, we had not spent a lot of time, like a full year together.
Okay.
And it started then, and then we came here, and then so
now your schedules are hectic again.
yeah, the way we are right now, I actually appreciate it more because I know all the, I know I kind of like see and think, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're going there. And I'm like, whoa, come back. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can
yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
see
the situation
and then you can
escalating and then
stop it before it gets there.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, okay, all right. You didn't understand me. Let me say it this way. And then now you know how to communicate. That is
exactly.
That is very good. And I feel like it's that when you get there, it's a better relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a really long honeymoon, so
I think I also had a long honeymoon because of the traveling and all that, not being there. I think it was just also a kind of a honeymoon phase. Yeah, because that was really good. But I've matured now because now we are living together for a long time. No one is going anywhere, and then you have to come back home. It's even worse here because not worse, but it's even more compounded because you get home. There's no like, I'm not really into going into bars or even music shows or even whatever.
The social
so I'll be
in the UK is not that vibey.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah. So you'll be at home and you get home. Even Magatangwa angry at each other and all that. You have to just come back home. At first it was really hard because back home I would just say
you weren't used to.
I'm just
let's put it like that.
And then I was what? I didn't get that.
You weren't used to it.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, and then there's me with my wife at a farm together.
I remember, but the farm was good.
That's what I mean by we had a long honeymoon, a really long one.
Yeah, it was a good.
But at the time, we didn't realize it, and then now it's 9 to 5s and in and out.
You're not going to work, and
it was. We used to call it the Garden of Eden.
It was a long one. I remember. And then this thing started happening. Life.
Yeah, then the real life just comes reality comes.
Hello.
It's like
is anybody home? I'm coming in.
Yeah. Reality and its ugly head.
Life, Mawada. Marriage. I think we need to talk about marriage a lot. The important stuff so that the boys that are coming in, they know what's going on, what's gonna be, what they can expect, because this is kind of a universal thing, a marriage and what goes on in marriage. Because one big thing that I really want to talk about, I want to say it to the young people is if you get married, it doesn't mean you're going to have sex every day or at any time you want. Just put to account the other person, because we never do that. We'll be like, that's we are not super date. So it's not like that. It's not.
No, I don't.
So you have to be very. You have to know it's not like that, and it all depends with both of you. Just like when you don't want to do any kind of work, anything, you're not gonna do it. So just know, Guji, it's not up to you only. It's up to both of you.
Then you actually realize that sometimes you just get home and you're tired, man. Like, yeah, you just want to eat and sleep. Like,
you miss anything else? You're
I guess I can't do anything. I can't even think. And there are days like that for her as well. And then there are days where just talking is enough.
Yeah. I think it's more about what it's also we need to take to account what you said earlier, that sex is not is something that you should not be like I have to have this to survive. It's not a necessity. Take it out of the necessity basket.
Yeah.
So that even if it's not on the table, you are not worried. Even if it is being used against you, it's not. You'll be like, that's fine. You don't really. If you take it out of the necessity basket, which is very, very difficult. You need to go on. It's kind of a journey for you to get there. You have to learn a lot of stuff so that you can be like,
it's
also what
nice,
you said about have as much fun as you can before, or not just fun, but of course have as much fun that is not destructive.
Yeah.
You need to be when you get to marriage, you need to be able to be like, okay. It's kind of like having a new job. You need to show up and say, I'm here, and then if things that need to be done, you need to be doing all the things.
Except you can't just quit.
You can't quit. In fact, you don't, because you made a promise, you made a vow and say, I'm not quitting this thing in sickness and in health and in richness and in poor, whatever. And you can't quit.
Yeah, and
people don't respect that anymore. But
but
you can't quit.
It's a thing, and I think we are at a point generally as a society where people don't appreciate that every decision they make has long-standing consequences. There's kids involved. The way they see their parents' relationship playing out affects their perception of life and how they then relate with the next person. So just your general behavior day to day, your interactions with your wife shape what your son expects from whoever they're going to meet down the road, what your daughter expects from whoever they get to meet, and how they take life to be. Like, I've dated people with hectic backgrounds in that regard, and it was always a struggle.
But why is it that there's no mommy issues? I think
mommy issues exist. I've seen I've seen mommy issues at play, but
you're right. You don't hear about the issues. You see mommy issues.
I guess because I think because in guys
Yeah.
Generally, well, there's already men are dogs, so I don't think I think men are dogs outweighs mommy issues. Like no one's really trying to understand what's going on, because
No.
if you're a guy, yeah, you're already bad.
You're already nah. In Buffet, it's not really like nobody cares anyway. Nobody cares, because for a guy nobody cares. No.
Yeah, it's and also, yeah, I think guys issues only really come out in the extreme.
Yeah.
Why
is it that? Is it because maybe because we don't talk about it? Because I think we hear about daddy issues because I think ladies talk more than we do. Because it's you'll be like
I think it's easier.
You talk about it and then you'll be like I
think it's easier to understand a woman's background because she'll talk about it. But for a guy, for you to get to know like a guy's background story, it takes time because we generally don't open up that easy and all that. And by then, no one's really. It's a few people really interested long enough to stay that long.
But I think it's a good thing though, because it's a good thing that we don't open up quickly, because just imagine as soon as you meet somebody and then they start telling you about who they are and all that stuff. And for you, the person who's talking, who's saying their background story and all that, everybody's gonna know about yourself, because you really don't have kind of a loyalty going on between you and the person.
Mm-hmm.
But for the person who's listening, it'll be like, we are running on it. So I think this is
like here
this
we
was
go.
a kind of a wrong
Here we
decision.
go again.
You kind of, for a man, you'll be like, the girl will be like, I think I made the more wrong mistake. I'm just gonna like push him away a little bit very fast, something like that.
Hey, welcome to the show where stories dance and grow. We got tales from near and far. Go to 2A's where you are. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 2A, let's begin. Sizokhuluma ngezinto zakho. Yeah. Sikuba impilo zoyikho. Lalela umsindo wabantu bakithi. Go to 2A, rides the wave so swiftly. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 2A, let's begin. Sizokhuluma ngezinto zakho. Sikuba impilo zoyikho. Lalela umsindo wabantu bakithi. Go to 8, rides the wave so swiftly. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 2A, let's begin. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Every story, every time. Saxophones and horse show sway. Go to 2A, bright new day. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 2A, let's begin.